Hello everyone, in this video I want to discuss a statement of purpose mistake that I made when I applied to college, which might have possibly got me rejected from the University of Michigan, right? And I'm telling you guys this mistake so that you guys don't make the same mistake when you're applying to college. So let me tell you what happened. Now when I applied to college, of course, I applied to a bunch of colleges, but two of the colleges that I applied to were Purdue University and the University of Michigan. So now I applied of course for mechanical engineering, and these two universities are ranked pretty close to each other for mechanical engineering. Purdue is ranked at 20 and then Michigan is ranked at 12 all around the world. So when I applied to these colleges, I got into Purdue University, but then I got rejected from the University of Michigan. Now it might be because of course the University of Michigan is higher ranked and therefore it's more competitive, and maybe my profile just wasn't good enough. But for me, because these universities were so closely ranked, the competitiveness should be almost the same. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But what I do know is that there was actually a huge difference in how I applied to Purdue and how I applied to the University of Michigan. And that difference was in my statement of purpose. Here on the screen, I have for you guys the Purdue University, statement of purpose prompt. It's a pretty basic prompt, there's nothing special about this. But the difference is in the University of Michigan prompt. So here on the screen, I have the prompt for the University of Michigan's statement of purpose and personal statement. So University of Michigan is one of those rare universities where you have to write an SOP and a personal statement. I'm a coach now I understand what the difference between an SOP and a personal statement is. However, back when I was a student, I had no idea what the difference was. When I was applying to college, right, I basically had this one essential copy-paste statement of purpose that I was using to apply to all the universities. I would just change a couple lines or a couple paragraphs here and there. So when I applied to Purdue, I basically used that SOP. And then when I applied to Michigan, I wanted to use the same SOP, but then they also needed a personal statement. So what I did is I took my statement of purpose and then I basically extracted some information from the SOP and then pasted it in a new Word doc and called it my personal statement, right? This is a grave mistake. Do not do this. Reason why is because whenever you're applying to college, right, and they want some documents from you, they want some essay answers from you and all that, every single essay answer that you give or every single document that you submit should show a different side of who you are. It should give them like another reason for them to want to admit you. Whereas for me, my SOP was basically like a longer version of my personal statement. My personal statement was basically like a summary of my statement of purpose. So there's absolutely no need for someone to read both of the documents because they were essentially the same thing. Now what this shows universities is that I had nothing new to offer for the different set of questions that they were asking me. And I was like a very one-dimensional person, and I was probably not worth admitting. That's why whenever they ask you different essay questions and different essays, you have to talk about different sides of yourself. Maybe, focus a little bit more on your empathetic side, or maybe focus a little bit more about your career ambitions, maybe focus a little bit more about your, research background. Whatever document, whatever questions that they're asking for, make sure you focus on a different element of who you are. And this is exceedingly important for the competitive universities. At competitive universities, right, we're talking about the top 10, top 20, top 25 universities around the world. At this high level of competitiveness, just one thing that sets you apart from the crowd can be enough to get you that admit, can be your golden ticket. But if you fail at just one element, that can just mean you're just rejected from the university. So you absolutely have to make sure that your profile, that your SOP, that your personal statement is perfect. So my tip to you guys is, whenever they're asking for different essays and different questions, you show them different sides of who you are, and each side of that should be another convincing argument as to why you deserve that admit. So don't make the same mistake that I did. Don't just copy all of your documents here and there. I see a lot of mistakes, people just, people have their resumes and then they just copy their statement of purpose as a long version of their resume. Again, this is another huge mistake. You want to make sure that every single document is separate from each other and different from each other, and each of them points to another reason as to why you are a good person to join that university. If you guys are looking to learn more about how to write your statement of purpose, I'm doing a statement of purpose webinar and I want you guys to attend. I will leave a link in the description so that you guys can come and register. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something, and make sure you subscribe for more graduate program, master's, PhD, GRE, TOEFL related information. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.